a time when we are celebrating Amrit Kal of our independence, Indian media faces threat, being intimidated. Freedom of speech also faces challenges. Such things are being talked about. One action by a government agency has raised many eyebrows. It has triggered a hot debate across the political spectrum with the ruling BJP, the opposition parties, and various media outlets and organizations making accusations and counter accusations and condemnations. What is the brouhaha all about? Hello, I am Shivanand Shukla and welcome to the English edition of English Daily Visual Watch on YouTube channel. The Income Tax Department has carried out its searches at the offices of British broadcaster the BBC in Mumbai and Delhi. These searches are, it is pointed out, come on the close on the heels of two documentaries on 2002 Gujarat Right, India, the Modi Question, were aired by the BBC. Now it is attributed, the searches are being attributed to the documentaries by the BBC. Indian government had put a ban on airing of these documentaries in India. Despite the ban, there were reports from several presses of India where efforts were made to screen it. But that's another story. Now coming to the point where these searches by the IT have alarmed people to the extent that they are now discussing that India is being intimidated, the media is being intimidated. Now the question is, if the accusations are to be taken on face value and the government action of IT surveys at the BBC offices are fallout of the BBC documentaries on Gujarat, now the government action, to say the least, is most inconceivable one. Because if the government really smelled any rat, saw any malevolent intention in these documentaries, or anything sinister about the government or any organization, any individual or the country, the government could have dealt with it through different way. It could have called a press conference where international media representatives should have been invited and BBC should have been exposed. At least the timing of the documentary should have been questioned. What was the rationale behind the timing? Because the documentary is based on something which relates 20 years back, goes back to 20 years. Now filming of airing of these documentaries at this time, particularly at a time when at least 9 states in India are going to assembly election and next year there will be a general election, why the broadcaster has chosen this time to air this? Government should have asked this question. And at the same time, if it has any apprehension that such kind of documentaries could create problem in India, the government should have taken the available legal recourse at right legal platform. Had there been any apprehension that this documentary could result in any kind of tension in India, there were lots of legal recourse action that the government could have taken. But if the government chose IT to carry out searches, surveys at the BBC offices, is quite inconceivable. till now it has proved to be counterproductive, because till there is any word from the government why it has, what it has achieved by these surveys, it is going to be the counterproductive action on the part of the government. At the same time, the BBC, an organization of an stature no less, BBC, these organizations also need to do soul searching, because it must tell the people what is the rationale, again I am repeating it, why it has chosen this time to air these documentaries, something that relate to 2002. Many people of new generation, many young children are not even aware of the happenings that happened at that time. Many of them are now voters. What you are trying to influence? As a media organization, you have a great credibility, you are a big name in the whole world. Before doing these stories, you should have found some rationale about the timing. So your action is also not beyond doubt. You are independent, you have freedom to do whatever you want, but at least the timing of things matter. You could have brought it out some time back, but you have chosen 2023 to air it, and thus the timing had also raised question on you. While the government needs to answer why it has taken recourse of IT survey, if it had any intention to teach a lesson to the media house, instead it should have taken better recourse to deal with the situation. The BBC should also do some soul searching and then tell the people, because till the BBC clarify mere crying and using some people and some organization to speak in its favor does not legitimize its action. Not for the government of India or for the country, it should come out with its own version of the story, especially why it has chosen this time to air these documentaries. BBC needs to come out with this for the very credibility that it has. To save its credibility, its own face, it must tell the people why it has aired these documentaries at this point of time. The government should also tell the people why it has carried out these surveys. Is the government going to do the same survey on other organizations also? So both government, BBC and the people, we should also do some soul searching. Are not we too much preconceived? Are not we have developed a fixed notion? Have not we become judgmental? Don't we judge things according to our point of view and what suits us? So everyone, wherever the buck stops in the whole episode, one thing is very clear, that freedom of speech or media under threat, such things are being talked about when we are celebrating Amrit Kal of our independence. We are a nation of 140 crore people. We enjoy freedom, fundamental rights, which people of most of the countries do not have like of which. Still, fingers are being raised at us Why? We must think over it. Till the next video, it's goodbye. Thank you.